Okay, so full stack serverless is my topic today, and I'm developing that using AWS Amplify. So let's get to it. All right, so the content today is I will let you guys know why did I even do anything with AWS Amplify, and of course I will explain what AWS Amplify is and show you the structure of the code and also the advantages and limitations that I've run into, and of course summary. Okay, so the first of all, the project reasoning in the beginning, I wanted to build an application just in my free time. I just wanted to practice, and here are the different pieces or services of the application that I wanted to build. So I wanted to have some kind of authentication. I want to have React as my front end. And then for the application layer, I want to have Lambda, so totally serverless. And then I want to have a database, of course. However, as you can see, there's no connection between each these pieces. Because that's what I was struggling. I realized that I know each pieces, I can create each pieces. However, I don't exactly know how I can properly connect them together. So I started to do some research, and it's the project reasoning. I wanted to find some tool that can simplify full stack development, but at the same time can still work well with my serverless idea, and of course easy to maintain. So I can just focus on the functionality of the application. Um, so yeah, so Amplify came up during my research, and what AWS Amplify is, this is the official uh, definition from AWS documentation. So they say it's a set of tools and services that can be used together or on their own to help front-end web and mobile developers to build scalable full-stack application. It's powered by AWS. If you guys want to know more, here is the link. Sounds pretty cool, right? Is it actually that powerful? So let's look at my desired infrastructure again. So here it is, and all the missing connections are all around this part. And when I bring in AWS Amplify, it is true that it is that powerful. It really brings all the connection between authentication, front end and back end, and database, and also management layer. So everything is there with Amplify. So let's look at that in a deeper, more closer look. So here's some screenshot. It really didn't take me a long time at all to create a application using Amplify. So you can just before that, you need to install the Amplify CLI. I have done that at this step already. So you can just do Amplify init, and they will ask you some configuration, very basic. You just like the repository, the folder where you want to save all your code, and then which editor you want to use and which language you want to use. I chose JavaScript in this case, and they ask which framework you want to use. I use React for this case, and then just other basic configuration. And it took about a minute or 3 minutes, and everything is populated for me. It's basically looks like this. So once the application is generated by Amplify, they automatically create an IMA role for me to manage this app, and they create a S3 bucket to store all of the data and metadata of the application. And also CloudFront is created, and I will show you later basically everything I do to this app will be monitored in CloudFormation. Sorry, CloudFormation. I think I said CloudFront. Okay, so basically everything is created automatically for me, not much I have to worry about. And then later, so right now at this point, the app is pretty much empty, right? It only have the services to monitor it, but there's not really anything in the app. So I created an API that uses GraphQL, QL, and You can just do that with one command, amplify at API, and then you get to choose GraphQL, or you can choose REST, and then just basic other configuration just to kind of finish it up. And they will create a schema for you as well. And for the schema template, they have two default. One is to-do lists, and two is kind of block posting style. I chose to do in this case. And again, everything is auto-generated and updated. Once it is generated, when it's done, here is a template schema that they created for me for the template of to-do. And then so it's, if anyone here, I think all of us here are pretty familiar with GitHub. So let's say every time you do some updates, right, you push it, and your application, it's get the most updated information. So it's the same thing for Amplify. You can just do Amplify push, and all the updates is up there. And when you do that, it also show you as well what kind of stacks or services you are running or you're having. So it shows me at this point I have one API. And yeah, so pretty much it is like that. And it will ask me also as well if I made any changes to my GraphQL schema or anything. It will also update the code for me. So I can write the code in here, and then up there on AWS, it's updated for me. All right, and then adding authentication to my application. For this app, I use, actually Amplify use Cognito. I don't get a chance, a choice to choose a different authentication service with Amplify. So again, very simple, Amplify add auth, and that's it. It is added for me automatically. I just choose which kind of authentication I want to choose. Is it either email or phone number, etc., etc. And if any of us here have created an application before, we know that the authentication part, just to create that one, takes quite a while. But with Amplify, it's one command. Right, and then I added hosting. I wanted just a minimal app just to try it out. So again, a very simple command, amplify add hosting, and I just go with their default options. So you can choose to use Amplify Console to host, or you can host your app on S3 bucket. And I chose to go with Amplify Console. And for CI/CD, continuous development and integration, you can do manual deployment, or you can do Git-based deployment. And I chose manual deployment. And then, right, once you are all ready to let your application to be seen by the world, you just do Amplify push, and then everything is there. Again, it shows me one more time what I have. Pretty much it's that easy. I think it took me about less than an hour or an hour. So with that, here is the website. You guys can go ahead and scan the QR code and go ahead and try it out. I think I'll give it maybe like a minute for us to try it. And when you're done, just put it in the chat so I know and I can move on. And I will try the app with you guys as well. So this is the address scheme-ng.click. So I actually have it open already. So when you open it, it looks like this. And you can sign up or you can sign in. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in. And this is real authentication. We don't have to, oops, wrong password. Okay. Yeah, so it will require you guys to give a real email, just FYI. So yeah, I've sent it out to a couple of my friends, and they've been trying. So pretty much very straightforward. You just put in a to-do list, and it just kind of show it on the screen for you. I can do Tech Club and present, and if I hit create to do, and it just shows here, and then it also shows all of the entry from other users. Have you guys been able to sign up or open the app?
You didn't give me enough time to scan. Okay.
Oh, here.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, again, address is here. Yeah, I'll give you guys some time. And when you're done, just let me know. Remember, you need to use a real email address. So while you guys keep going, has everybody able to at least reach the website address URL? If you can you throw it in the chat for me? Just yes or no. All right. Thank you. So I'll let you guys keep playing. Thanks, guys. And yeah, let me know when you guys like ready, already posted something, and I'll go back here and reload. In the meantime, for anyone who's already done, here is the code, and I'll go slowly. All right, so basically this is everything. This whole structure is generated for me. I didn't have to create any of them manually. And then Amplify, okay, back end. And this is the API. It doesn't really show any like code right here, but it's just kind of like general, JSON file. And the schema, not this one, the schema is here. So this is the auto-generated schema for me. And this is one I added by myself. And the front end code is under this source folder. Oh, here's more functionality of the GraphQL. They are all here, and also again auto-generated. You can definitely make edits and changes to this, but basically they already have like kind of pre-written for you, so you can use that. And then app.js is the basically where the React is. So the main stuff is just here, import the GraphQL, and here's just the front end code. And another interesting stuff I want to show you guys is, sorry, I'm still creating this app, so a lot of commenting out. Okay, so if you guys recall, I added the authentication for my app, and it is as simple as just putting one line like this, just export with authenticator, and that's it. The app has the authenticator showing, and if I delete this one, it's just going to show the front page without any authentication. So yeah, super easy peasy. And on AWS, it looks like this. So if I go to AWS Console and look for AWS Amplify, then it shows all the apps that you have. For me, it's this one. And if you click on it, you can find the front end development domain here, back end development. It shows that I have API and I have authentication. And more information about backend. Where can I see? Okay, I think here. Okay, overview. So again, it gives you more information and all the actions that have been done. And you can see each specific details as well. I remember there's somewhere it shows exactly how many tables I have, but I cannot recall exactly here. Okay, right here. So under API, and to add, earlier when I created an API, it created a schema, the GraphQL for me, and it also created a database for me based on the schema. Based on this schema, it created a database for me. And as you can see, there are two tables that I created. So here it is, two table. And these guys are DynamoDB. I already have it open. So we can go to DynamoDB and okay. Let's go to the to-do, since the rating, I'm not done creating it. Okay, so let's go to items of the to-do table. And the item I just put in is this one, right? Tech Club present. So let's go. Tech Club present right here. And I don't know if you guys can see any. Oh, here, Smita put unseen. Okay, very well. Thanks, Smita. All right. So yeah, easy and comfortable. And then for CloudFormation, it's store. It's basically keep all the stacks and activities, I guess. And so basically, each of them, for example, this one, it shows the development environment when I first created. These guys are like the API and then the tables, and I have some of them already open for you guys to look. So let's look at this dev one where I first created the application, and it looks like this. And obviously all of this, they take care for me. I didn't have to do any of this. And then this is one I created my to-do table and schema, and they created all of this for me. And then I think this is the second schema or table that I created. Again, is here. And this one is the authentication. I was very surprised when I opened this as well. It seems like there's a lot of behind the scene actions that happened, which I didn't have to worry about. And then we have Lambda as well. Again, it stores the Lambda here as a zip, so you can download it, or you can click on it to see more information, but I'm just gonna skip it for now to save some time. And again, we have Cognito, so I can show you guys, since some of you have already signed up. Okay, we have 5 users here, and yeah, so yeah, Smita is here. I think this is on Smin, right? So yeah, it does verify the real email. Okay, and then we have last thing is S3 buckets. Basically, is store all of the metadata of this application. Right, and then the most updated version is also in a zip file. You can download it. So pretty cool. All right, so back to my presentation. After I try this one, I think the advantages is it definitely reduced the manual works for me in terms of trying to figure out how to choose the right one or connect each pieces. And yeah, so it takes care of the infrastructure for me. It connects everything. And thanks to that, I can able to just focus on the functionality and the code development very fast. And it is collaboration friendly, meaning you are able to invite other people to help you manage the app as well. All the services are centralized. As you remember earlier, we have everything in one place. It's just this one. So all the service you can find in here. And later, if you want to get rid of this app, you can just go to Amplify and delete it directly. So you don't have to go to different places and services to try to clean up your AWS account. However, limitations is heavily rely on CLI. So you might need to be like a little more comfortable with CLI. However, they are improving this. So they have introduced admin UI feature where you can manage using UI. And I feel like you need a little more knowledge and familiarity with AWS services. And the configuration is a little limited. Like, for example, with the authentication, I could not choose which authentication services. It's by default, it's Cognito. And also with the schema, I feel like it's also a little limited. And infrastructure is hidden. So if you guys recall for this one, they did a lot of the behind the scene things, which I didn't know that they exist. So I think it's not the best for you if you want to learn each pieces, because they take care of a lot of things. So a lot of things you just don't know that it exists. And then for the summary, it's a quick, easy, serverless full stack tool, definitely. I think it's good for personal projects, but if you want to apply it to like a big company, a big team, I think it needs some consideration. It could easily become messy if you're not familiar. Again, requires more familiarity with AWS and CLI. I don't think it's the best tool for you to, as a study purposes, to learn different small pieces. But however, it's low cost, low maintenance, and I definitely recommend you guys to try. So that brings it to the end of my presentation. Thank you guys very much. Is there any questions or comment? Now is the time. Thanks, Min. I answered your question, but what was your question?
I just wondering, how could you act the authentication email function?
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the magic with Amplify. They did it for me. I didn't have to do
Because
anything.
that's
So that's
amazing, I know.
yeah, right. That's why I say it's easy, but it's too easy. You cannot learn too much. Is there also a command to remove the service? Yes, I believe it's a amplify delete or remove, and it should work. Yeah, you can either do GUI or you can do via command. Yes. Let's say you are done with the app and no longer want to use it to avoid billing charges. Yeah, definitely. I don't remember exactly what the command is, but I did check it out. And also, I also tried to remove a bunch of services. So you can do like Amplify remove API, for example, and it will remove the API. It will clean up everywhere that API used to exist as well. And I think the same case apply for removing the whole application. Yeah. Anything else? All right. If
All
no,
right. Thank you, King.